My Melanie video has not been up for very long, and I'm already facing multiple criticisms that I would like to address. Some of them I think are totally valid, some of them I wasn't even aware that I did wrong, but I still want to address them and correct it for the future. And some are just plain silly. I addressed this in a pinned comment on both of my videos, and I took the segment out because I messed up my point entirely and was a total idiot for the way I conveyed it. I called Melanie Martinez a white Latina when I should have said light skin, because by saying white Latina, I was implying, accidentally, that Melanie Martinez was white, when that is not the case. The point that I was making is that Melanie Martinez, due to her pale skin, faces lots of privilege, and this privilege shows through some of her music like White Boy with a Gun. Now, accidentally, me saying white Latina made it seem like I was calling Melanie Martinez white, instead of saying that she just has privilege. And I do apologise for the way I worded this, and I took that segment out and addressed it in a pinned comment. I truly messed up my words, and I messed up my point entirely. I tried explaining myself, I just made it worse, so I took it out, I apologised, and I changed my wording, and I'm trying to move on from there. I did not mean to accidentally say that Melanie Martinez was white. She is not white. I meant to say that she has paler skin, and that she benefits from that, and this privilege shows within her music. It was really ignorant of me to accidentally use the wrong term without doing proper research and thinking for more than 2 seconds that, maybe you mean light-skinned Latina and not white Latina, because that implies she's mixed with white? No, I was stupid, and I said it wrong, and I fucked my point up, so I deleted it, and I'm very sorry I messed up that point entirely. I did not mean to imply that Melanie Martinez was white, but I ended up doing so because I used the wrong words. That was not my intention, and it was very insensitive that I didn't think for more than 2 seconds, but I removed the clip, changed my wording, and I'm sorry. It was terrible the way I tried to convey my point. I still stand by what I thought I said, but the way I conveyed it was terrible, and I do apologise. The second claim is that I'm racist because I said the word woke in a negative way, and I may have used this term incorrectly. My point is that Melanie Martinez is not, quote, woke at all. And I do not view the word woke in a negative way. The word woke is rooted in AAVE and has been tarnished by the media, but even if I didn't mean to, it came across as negative. My entire point was how Melanie Martinez is the opposite of woke. My point was that Melanie Martinez uses politics in music to seem progressive and, quote, woke, when in reality she is not at all and does not uphold the same values as her music. I do understand where this person's coming from, and even if I don't feel I used it negatively, others did, and I am very sorry. And I will say, being woke is not a bad thing. And in fact, Melanie Martinez is not woke. That was my entire point. She uses, quote, wokeness to try and seem politically correct and like she is this progressive figure, when in reality she does not uphold the same values, and is very much silent on political issues. I watched my video back, and I personally do not believe I used the word woke negatively, as I used the word woke as a way to communicate that Melanie's politics were performative. At the same time, I'm white. It's not my place to say. And while I still understand what I might have been trying to say, I clearly used the wrong word to communicate my argument, and I apologise for my poor choice of words. Woke is AAVE, so in future I will refrain from using the word woke in my content, because even if I feel I didn't mean to do this, even if I feel that I've not used the word woke negatively, others have, so I will refrain from using the word woke in future, and I am sorry if my video came across this way, because even if I didn't think I did, others do, clearly, and I'm sorry, so I will not be using the word woke or any AAVE in future in my content. I must apologise if I came across as racist for using this in a negative way. If you did think I used it in a negative way, I am very sorry, and I will refrain from using the word woke in future along with other AAVE, as it wasn't my place to even use AAVE in the first place, so I am very sorry for using AAVE, and I will not use it anymore in future. AAVE is rooted in black culture, and it's not my place to use it as someone who's white, so I'll be changing my vocabulary from now on and trying to avoid using AAVE, as I have clearly messed up my point yet again by using terminology I should not have used, and I'm sorry. Now those are the major ones that were more serious that I wanted to address first. However, there are some more minor ones that I just want to address now. There are some people in my comments saying that Grudges is not about Timothy Heller and that I was lying about that part. If you look back in the video, I specifically said allegedly. I never once said that Timothy Heller lived in Santa Monica. That's why I said there were rumours that she did. Not once did I say Timothy Heller definitely lived there. I said allegedly. This comment specifically didn't say that I was lying, but others have, so I just want to say that now. All I said was that the lyrics are quite suspicious, but if Timothy Heller did not live in Santa Monica, then that's fine. It's just the other lyrics seemed a little suspicious to me, and that's why I fully said it's speculation and this part is all alleged, so take it with a grain of salt. I specifically remember saying that, by the way. But this one is telling me to do some research about the whole Timothy thing, and also White Boy with a Gun, because the horrible part, that I still think sounds horrible, by the way, is some sampled poetry that she put a filter over. I thought that this was Melanie reading some poetry, because it sounded very much like Melanie Martinez with a voice filter on. But even if this isn't Melanie talking here, I still do not like how the song sounds. So it's irrelevant who said/sang this part. I still don't think it sounds very good. And of course there's the obligatory, oh, you're doing this for views, you're doing this for views. Duh. I literally said this in the beginning of my review of the album. My cartoons aren't paying the bills right now. I kinda need to get monetized quick and fast. So I'm reviving a topic from a year ago that got me some interaction from my audience. Because I kind of need to be monetized. I quite literally said this in the beginning of my video. This comment says that I didn't do my research and I just wanted to hate on an album. They're partially right though. I did do a fair amount of research for this video, but clearly not enough, and I've messed up multiple times, which is what this video is for. I'm trying to amend those mistakes. But at the same time, the album is not great. In my opinion, you're allowed to like the album, just for me, nah. I included these comments because they actually have valid criticisms and weren't just calling me a flop or saying that I tanked like others did. But I did want to actually address some valid concerns and change my conduct on YouTube going forward from now. And I've made the decision that I will not be covering Melanie Martinez from here on out, because while some of these comments have been helpful and showed me that I needed to change my ways going forward in how I address certain things and use certain words, such as me not using AAVE anymore, and while this is kind of my only way to get views because my cartoons have not been doing well, the only videos on my channel that do well are my Melanie Martinez videos. And it's not these critical comments that teach me how to be better, that get me all upset and make me not want to cover Melanie Martinez anymore. It's being posted in some of her little fan groups and having them mass dislike most of my videos and leave comments saying that I flopped, that I tanked, that I should quit, that nobody loves me, etc, etc. I just don't want to deal with that again. And even if I get low views from now on, I just don't want to cover Melanie Martinez ever again. And while I do appreciate the actually critical comments who have pointed out my bad behaviour so I can correct it, I just don't want to deal with the latter half anymore of Melanie fans bombarding my videos, disliking the ones that didn't do very well, and just making me feel quite miserable about doing YouTube altogether. That's pretty much covered all the important stuff that I wanted to say. So yeah, I just wanted to come on and apologise for what I did wrong, and show that I'm going to correct it in future. Thank you.